Good morning to all the students from the University of Eastern Pangasinan. Before we start and proceed to our discussion, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Junel Andimanzana Doria from the College of Teacher Education. And of course, I would like to thank Sir Oscar Pulido for giving me this chance to present and discuss Module 8 entitled Accident and Accident Prevention. But before that, let me introduce first what is Module 8. So in Module 8, we are going to talk about accident and accident prevention. It focuses on accident, causes of accident, types of accident, risk, hazard, motor vehicle, and accident prevention, pedestrian accidents, home accidents, work accidents, public accidents, and cell phone snatching. So, as an introduction of this module, according to International Labor Office statistics, 120 million occupational accidents occur annually at workplace worldwide. Of these, 210,000 are fatal accidents. Sa madaling salita, when we say fatal accidents, ito yung mga aksidenteng nakamamatay po. Every day, more than 500 men or women do not come home because they were killed by accidents at work. These are dramatic numbers which draw fairly little public attention, considering the fact that accidents take considerable economic toll from nations. Companies and individuals' accidents don't get much publicity. So before we're going to elaborate what is accident, let me ask you first, class, what is accident on your own, based on your own opinion or based on your own idea. When you heard the word accident, what comes to your mind? Maybe some of you are already giving their opinions or ideas regarding that question po. So, accident, also known as an unintentional injury, is an undesirable, incidental, and unplanned event that could have been prevented and had circumstances leading up to the accident been recognized and acted upon prior to each occurrence. So, please allow me to include this information, class, no, because I want to give you the difference, or I want to tell you what is the difference between accident and incidents, because some of us, or we may hear the words accident and incident in the news, no? So these are the words that can easy to confuse, or these words are easy to confuse, but they are not exactly the same. So when we say incident, this is more general, and accident is more specific. So when we say incident, it can refer to any event, big or small, good or bad, intentional or intentional. Like for example, class, when we say a funny or controversial situation, an argument between celebrities, or etc., all can be described as incident. When we say accident, this is a bad event caused by error or by a chance. Accidents are always unintentional, as you can see from the definitions. This is unplanned event, and they are usually result some damages and injuries. So in order for us to elaborate what is accident, they are telling also that all accidents can also be described as incidents, but not all incidents are accidents. So in order for us to know the difference between these two, I will give you a scenario. Like for example, class, if a drunk man runs his car into a group of people, that is an accident. Why? So meaning because he did not intend, to do it. It was caused by alcohol and by chance. So it could be also described as an incident. So meaning to say, in Filipino po, yung lalaki na lasing na naibangga po niya yung kanyang sasakyan sa grupo ng tao nang hindi naman po niya sinasadya. Pero dahil sa epekto ng alak, kahit hindi man niya sinasadya, nangyari po yung aksidenteng yon. Pero pwede rin siyang i-describe as incident. So another scenario that can be described an incident but not an accident. So if there 3 people were arrested after fighting in a bar, that is an incident. Why? Because the fight was not by a chance. Bakit po? Because they are intended to fight. Yung tatlong lalaki na lasing, na naaresto sa loob ng bar, masasabi po natin na yun ay insidente po. Bakit po? Kasi nga po, sinadya nila na makipag-away. Nandoon yung kumbaga, nandoon na sila sa sitwasyon na pero pinili pa rin po nilang makipag-away. So, ayun po. So, I hope na kahit papano naiintindihan nyo po ako. Kahit na in this way, kahit hindi tayo face-to-face, at least I am trying my best to give my opinions or ideas regarding this topic. So now let's talk about risk class. Please allow me to read it first class before giving an example to elaborate those informations. So risk is the possibility of losing something of value. Values such as physical health, the social status, emotional well-being, or financial wealth can begin or lose when taking risks resulting from a given action or inaction, foreseen or unforeseen, planned or not planned. So risk perception is the subjective judgment people make about the severity and probability of a risk and may vary person to person. Any human endeavor carries some risk, but some are much riskier than others. I'm just going to give you the definition first class, then later on, elaborate po natin. So what is hazard? So hazard is an event which has a potential to cause harm to a vulnerable target. The terms hazard and risk are often used interchangeably. However, in terms of risk assessment, they are two very distinct terms. A hazard is any agent that can cause harm or damage to human, property, or the environment. Risk is defined as the probability that exposure to a hazard that will lead to a negative consequences. Or more simply, a hazard poses to risk if there is no exposure to that hazard. Sorry po, kinulang tayo, hindi kinaya ng screen. So when we say hazard class, this is anything that can cause harm. So pag sinabi naman nating risk, this is how great the chance that someone will be harmed by the hazard. So I'm giving you an example. Nasaan doon hazard, like for example, nasaan doon ang hazard? Water. So, nasa saan po doon ang risk? So, when we say risk, yun yung pagtalon, jumping without knowing how to swim. Nandoon po yung risk. Alam mo na may tubig doon. At the same time, alam mo din po na hindi ka marunong lumangoy. So, nasa saan doon yung risk? Yung alam mo hindi ka marunong lumangoy, pero tumalon ka pa rin. So, another example po. The gasoline. You already know that there is a gasoline there. Then, nasan dun yung risk? Yung magsisindi ka ng lighter or something, you are lighting a match, yung posporo na tinatawag. Diba? Alam mo na ngang may chance na magkaroon ng aksidente, ginawa mo pa. So, yun yung mga hazard. Another example, driving. Driving while texting. So, ang hazard doon, class, is the driving. Then, ang risk doon is texting. Diba? alam mo na nagda-drive ka, the same time, alam mo na alam mo na ang pagda-drive habang nagte-text ay pwedeng mag-cause ng accident. So, ayun po yung mga halimbawa. Nagigets po? I hope so, naiintindihan po natin. So, dito na papasok yung tinatawag nilang hazard exposure. When we say hazard exposure is a state of being in which a person or a group of people remain in an imminent risk of danger. Such danger are related to the workplace, health, safety, and environment, or day-to-day life. So now let's proceed to the causes of accident. So causes of accident, when an accident occurs, most people look for someone or something to blame. That is easier than examining the root causes, considering the underlying accident causes below. So here are the example of causes of accident. Taking shortcuts. So every day we make decisions, Every day we make decisions we hope will make the job faster and more efficient. Shortcuts, alam natin that shortcuts that reduce your safety on the job are not shortcuts but an increased chance for you to be injured. So taking shortcuts class, every day we make decisions we hope will make the job faster and more efficient. But do time savers ever risk your own safety or that of other crew members? Shortcuts that reduce your safety on the job are not shortcuts, but this an increased chance of injury. I will give you an example class. Alam nyo ang ibig sabihin nito while taking shortcuts. Bago po mag-lockdown, I just give you an example kung ano yung mga possible na pwedeng mangyari or mga possibility na pwedeng mangyari if we are taking shortcuts. Kasi I had an experience before mag-lockdown, nung nasa hospital ako, nung kailan ba yon? March, kasi na-confine si father, then nakita ko na may mga pulis doon sa hospital na yon kung saan naka-confine si father. Then narinig ko nung nag-iimbestiga sila na may batang na aksidente. Yun pala, yung rason ng pagkaka-aksidente ng bata ay hindi dahil sa nag-drive siya o hindi dahil sa nakasakay siya sa hindi po. Na-aksidente yung bata dahil nag-shortcut daw po yung bata. I'm just giving you this example class in order for us to know kung ano yung mga posible nga pong mangyari if we are taking shortcuts. So yung bata po kasi nag-over the backhood siya. Kasi instead na dumaan siya sa gate nila, ang kwento nung nanay, imbes na dumaan daw siya sa gate nila, nag-over the backhood yung bata, nag-shortcut siya kumbaga. Then pagtalon niya sa kanilang bakuran, hindi niya inaasahan na may sasakyan pala. So, ayun po, nabangga yung bata. So, akala kasi natin, if we are taking shortcuts, mapapadali yung ating ginagawa or mapapadali yung gusto nating gawin. Not knowing na pwede rin pala itong mag-cause ng accident. So, ayun po. So, next, being overconfident. So, being confident class. Confidence is a good thing. Alam natin yon. Overconfidence, but overconfidence is too much of a good thing. It will never happen to me. It's an attitude that can lead the improper procedures, tools, or methods in your work. Any of this can lead to an injury. Bakit po? Bakit kaya nasabing pwedeng mag-cause ng accident kapag ka na overconfident tayo? Diba class, I just want to give this an example, no? Diba class, minsan or madalas kapag ka nagmamahal tayo, pag na-overconfident tayo na, alam ko mahal niya ako, hindi niya ako iiwan. Diba? Minsan parang naiisip natin na overconfident tayo na, hindi niya ako iiwan kasi alam ko, naniniwala ako na mahal niya ako. Then dumating yung pagkakataon na, dahil sa na-overconfident ka, hindi mo namamalayan na kaya ka pala niyang iwan. 'Di ba ang sakit? So, ganun din po. So, kapag nag-overconfident din ang tao, pwede rin po itong mag-cause ng accident. Ayun nga, sa pagmamahal na nga lang, 'di ba? Pag na-overconfident tayo, nasasaktan din tayo kasi hindi natin inaasahan yung mga bagay-bagay na pwede rin palang mangyari. So, when it comes to accident naman, parang ako, alam ko maliit ako. This is just an example. Alam ko na maliit ako. Pero dahil may ang lalaki ng tiwala ko sa sarili ko o na-overconfident ako, umakyat ako. Inakyat ko yung isang puno, sabihin na natin. I'm always telling to myself na I know I can do it. Pero tumungtong ako sa isang upuan. Tapos pinilit kong abutin yung gusto kong kunin sa punong iyon, yung bunga ng punong iyon. Then, unexpected thing, ayun, nahulog ako. Ayun. Dahil sa pagkakaroon ko ng sobrang tiwala sa sarili ko, nahulog ako. 'Di ba? So, ganun lang po kadali na intindihin. Kaya, minsan kailangan limitahan din natin dahil alam natin na kapag ang sobra ay nakasasama or nakasasama talaga ang sobra. Okay, the third one is poor housekeeping. So when clients, managers, or safety professionals walk through your work sites, housekeeping is an accurate indicator to everyone's attitudes about quality, production, and safety. So poor housekeeping class creates hazard of all types. A well-maintained area sets a standard for others to follow. So, good housekeeping involves both pride and safety. So, I just want to add this. What are the rules of housekeeping? So, in housekeeping class, it should be clean, orderly, and sanitary. Floors should be clean and dry. Kasi when we say poor housekeeping, ito yung kulang sa kaayusan, kumbaga, kulang sa pagiging malinis. So, kapag ka nandoon tayo sa trabaho, or kahit nga sabihin natin na nandoon lang tayo sa bahay, di ba? Kapag ka may mga basa sa floor, pwede siyang mag-cause ng accident kasi madulas. So, ayun po, we have to make sure na yung mga gamit natin ay nakalagay po sila sa mga dapat nilang kinalalagyan para na rin to avoid accident na rin po. Then, okay, the fourth one is failure to pre-plan the work. So, when we say failure to pre-plan the work class, dito na papasok yung being hasty in starting a task or not thinking through the process can put in a harm's ways. So, instead class, we need to plan our work and then work your plan, kumbaga. Kumbaga dito napapasok class yung kapag ka nagkamali kasi tayo sa pre-plan natin or hindi natin masyadong pinag-isipan yung proseso, pwede po siyang mag-cause ng accident. So, it is better for us na pag-isipan din natin mabuti kung ano kaya yung magiging consequences ng gagawin natin. Okay? Then, the next one is ignoring safety procedures. Okay. When we say ignoring safety procedures, dito na papasok class yung aminin man natin sa hindi, there are some people kasi talaga na purposely failing to observe safety procedures can endanger you and your co-workers. May mga tao talaga na kung saan, dito na papasok yung lack of discipline Yung hindi nila ginagawa yung tamang proseso or sa madaling salita, ini-ignore nila yung safety procedures kasi kulang nga po sila sa disiplina. Not thinking na yung pala yung mga bagay na pwede rin pong mag-cause ng accident. Bakit po? Kasi alam natin, halimbawa sa isang company, binabayaran ka ng kumpanya. then you are making your own rules, or ano, 'di ba? You are not following the safety procedures. Parang ako, experience ko lang po when I was in Dubai, para mas lalo lang nating maintindihan, ano. May mga may mga rules and regulations kasi yung company namin before. Actually lahat naman. But since matitigas ang ulo, sorry to say, ng ibang lahi, especially, okay, hindi ko na lang po i-mention, may mga ibang lahi talaga na imbis na sundin yung safety procedure, they are making their own rules. Bakit po? Kasi feeling nila, wala namang kwenta. So, anong nangyari? Dahil sa pag-ignore nila ng mga safety procedures, o yung sa hindi pagsunod sa mga rules, nag-cause ng accident. Halimbawa, yung paglalagay na lang ng mga shelves, hindi naging tama yung pagkakaano nila, na dapat yung proseso, ito yung gagamitin nila. Pero since iba yung ginamit nila at hindi nila finalo yung safety procedures, dumating yung point na nagkaroon ng customer, then, nadaganan yung shelves na yon, tapon lahat ng item na sugatan yung customer. See? So, hindi talaga natin maiiwasan na kapag hindi natin finalo yung mga safety procedures, meron talagang mangyayaring aksidente po. So, kailangan, we should follow, ha? Huwag po natin i-ignore yung mga safety procedures. Kasi yan yung mga, kahit nga lang ngayon, I just want to give this an example kasi napapanahon kasi siya. Like for example, yung we are all suffering from this pandemic, no? Yung COVID-19. Yung proseso, yung tamang proseso or procedure nga lang, yung safety procedure na kailangan, yung paggamit ng face mask. Alam ko dahil sa katigasan ng mga ulo ng tao, ayun, nagkakaroon, mas lalong kumakalat yung virus na yan. Kasi hindi nila, yung mga simpleng bagay lang na hindi pagsunod sa mga protocols, pwede na po tayong mapahamak. So, kailangan, in order for us to avoid those accidents or any kind of accidents, kailangan iwasan po nating i-ignore yung mga importanteng bagay na kailangan nating isaalang-alang. Next, the mental distraction from work. So, dito na. Having a bad day, alam natin yan, at home and worrying about it work, or it as a hardest combination. Dropping your mental guard can pull your focus away from safe work procedures. So, you can also be distracted when you are busy working and a friend comes by to talk while you are trying to work. Don't become a statistic because you took your eyes off the machine just for a minute. Ito yung sinasabi ko, this is just an example. Alam natin, di ba, kapag yung utak natin wala sa focus sa trabaho, pwede rin siyang mag-cause ng accident. Halimbawa, kahit nga lang sa pagmamaneho, di ba? Pag yung utak natin wala sa pagmamaneho, wala sa concentration, kasi bad trip tayo, broken hearted tayo, may family problem tayo, even kahit kami mga teachers, kapag may mga problema sa bahay na hindi namin iniwan sa bahay namin, then magdi-discuss kami, mawawalan kami sa focus, hindi kami makakapagturo ng maayos. So, because of the mental distractions from work, pwede rin po siyang mag-cause ng yun nga lang, paglalakad mo sa hagdan, yung alam mo yung bad trip ka, yung iniisip mo kasi bad trip ka, then papunta ka, like for example, nandun ka sa school, instead na ang focus mo is kung paano ka maglakad ng maingat sa hagdan, but because of mental distractions, may tendency na ikaw ay madulas, kasi nga, wala ka sa focus, pwede nga madapa. Alam natin, experience natin yan. Kaya minsan nasasabi ninyo, hala, ano bang nangyayari sa akin? Wala ako sa focus. See? Yung mga simpleng bagay lang, pwede na siyang mag-cause ng accident. Then, starting a task with incomplete instructions. So, dito na papasok dyan, class. We have to do our job safely and right the first time you need complete information. Nakakita na ba kayo ng magtatrabaho lang nang hindi man lang po alam kung ano yung gagawin niya. Kahit nga lang po sa pagtitake ng exam, di ba? We have instructions before taking the exams. Mahirap po sa atin na sumagot nang hindi po kumpleto yung instructions. Marami kasi sa mga bata ngayon, lalo na sa mga estudyante na they are not reading the instructions. Kaya pagdating ng resulta, bagsak po. Kahit na alam nilang tama yung sagot nila, bakit bagsak pa rin? Because they are not following the instructions. So, ganyan na ganyan din po. Kapag kakulang po tayo sa instructions, pwede po siyang mag-cause ng accident. Maraming klaseng accident na pwede pong mangyari pag hindi po natin sinusundan yung mga instructions. 'Di ba? Pagka nga lang mag-uutos tayo sa mga bata, isaksak mo yung electric fan, i-switch mo yung gas stove, 'di ba? Paki-switch yung TV without instructing them na or without giving them the complete instruction na kailangan sa pag-switch ng TV, wag nilang hahawakan yung, alam niyo yon, yung magkukos ng pwede silang makuryente. See? Kailangan, kapag ka nagsasabi tayo, bago natin umpisan yung mga gagawin natin, kailangan kumpleto po yung mga instructions. Then, now let's proceed to the accident prevention. So, accident preventions refers to the plans preparation, and actions taken to avoid or stop an accident before it happens. Accident can be classified as unplanned and unexpected events given increased risk of injury, ill health, death, and lost property, damage of environment, of any combination of thereof. Accident prevention includes all measures taken in an effort to save lives, escape from injury, lessen the degree in injury, reduce loss of properties, treatment and compensation cost, production and time loss, and moral loss of the concerned organizations. So, I just want to ask this. So, what do you think, class, is the effective way of controlling risk or the accident? Of course, we have to eliminate those, no? Because elimination, this is the process of removing hazard. Alam natin yan. So, removing hazard from the workplace. It is most effective way to control a risk because the hazard is no longer present. Kailangan po nating eliminate yan. Pag alam na natin na delikado na ang isang bagay at alam natin na pwede na siyang mag-cause ng accident, is eliminate na natin or iwasan na po natin siya. So, here is the proverb, the prevention is better than cure. Is an old and popular proverb which means it is better to stop bad things from happening than to fix them after they have already happened. So, accidents are preventable, but steps must be taken to prevent them. Ayun. Kumbaga, nasa sa atin din naman, class. Kaya, self-discipline lang din talaga. Lalo na't alam naman natin na, ayun nga, gaya ng sinabi ko, as long as alam na natin na paano iwasan na po natin. Now, prevention requires to follow actions. Of course, the hazard identification by risk assessment, removal of unsafe work by research and development, removal of unsafe machines, tools, and improvement of working conditions and environments. And here are the 10 ways to avoid accidents. Ito na po. Pag-aaralan naman na natin kung ano yung mga 10 kailangan nating gawin para maiwasan po yung accident. So, the first one is pull into traffic slowly. Okay. The first way to avoid accident, class, is pull into traffic slowly. So, dito na papasok yung tinatawag nilang stop, look, and listen. Be aware of blind spots, including those in rear view mirrors and behind windshield, pillars, or highway road signs. Also, when at an intersection making a right-hand turn, look both directions at twice, hindi lang puminsan, before proceeding. Because vehicles can appear almost out of nowhere very quickly. So we have to exercise caution when pulling into a busy intersections. Kasi alam natin na kahit na may traffic light po, may mga pagkakataon pa rin, lalo na yung mga tao talaga na matitigas ang ulo. Kahit alam ko, experience po ninyo, traffic light na nga lang po, hindi pa nila masunod. Alam nyo, pag orange, di ba, kailangan talaga stop na tayo. Pero hindi eh. Lalo na pagka yung iba, kahit alam ng 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po sila. Kaya dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa rin po talaga. Actually, kahit saan naman. Kasi accident is unexpected. This is an intentional injury nga naman talaga. But since we're talking about how to avoid, or these are the 10 ways to avoid accidents, kailangan maging disiplinado kasi talaga tayo, class. Alam nyo, class, gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo experience ko doon nga sa Dubai. Ang ikinaganda lang kasi doon, class, na talagang ang mga pulis nga nila doon, wala talagang hawak na baril. Kaya doon ako na-amaze. Alam nyo, yung parang batuta nga lang ang hawak nila. Pero people who are living in that place, natatakot sila kahit na kasi hindi natin alam yung culture. Bakit ko po siya pinapasok? Kasi disiplinado yung tao eh. Na pag sinabi talagang pag green, doon lang talaga go. Pag sinabing orange, doon lang talaga sila i-stop. Dito, kahit alam na natin na ganon. Kaya sabi nga, since hindi na natin alam ang ugali ng mga tao, kahit na safe na tayong mag-drive, safe na tayo sa public places, may mga tao pa rin talagang pasaway. Kaya, we should be more careful na lang po. Yun na lang po ang maipapayo ko kasi hindi natin alam. Ayun po, hindi po natin alam na may mga bigla-bigla na lang sumusulpot. So, dito na rin papasok, class, yung sinasabi natin, pinagsasama ko na lang po siya, no? Watch for red lights runners. So, count to 3. So, before entering an intersection on a green light, look both ways and be sure no one is trying to speed through a yellow light. Exercise caution when passing semis. Truck drivers have a large blind spot on their right-hand side. So, be especially careful when driving next to an 18-wheeler. If you cannot see the truck side mirrors, the truck driver cannot see you. Ito ngayon nakakatakot, lalo na kapag truck tapos motor, 'di ba? Alam natin. So please lang, we have to be careful sa lahat po, lalo na sa mga nagmamaneho. Kaya ewan ko hindi ko alam kung bakit. I am just being realistic, class. This is the reality. Nangyayari talaga siya. May mga tao kasi talaga na aminin man natin, they had the license, the driving license, ni hindi nila alam kung ano yung tamang, yung mga rules and regulations sa mga public highways. Alam na nga nila na, alam nyo po yun, yung kung gaano dapat kalayo, kung ilang metro dapat o yung layo, lalo na yung mga nagmomotor po, ang titigas ng mga ulo nila. Kaya madalas sila talaga yung prone sa accident, at lalo na kapag sa mga truck po. So, kailangan maging careful po tayo doon sa lalo na't alam natin na ang mga kasunod or mga sinusundan natin or mga kakasulubong natin is yung mga malalaking truck. Kaya kahit na may traffic light, pwede pa rin siyang mag-cause ng accident. Kaya extra careful talaga. So next, keep at least one hand on the steering wheel. Reducing car distractions such as changing radio stations or CDs. Cell phones, eating or momentarily taking a hand off the wheel. A gust of wind or a blown tire could send the vehicle into another lane and cause a serious accident. Ito pa po, iwasan natin class. Alam nyo kasi na laging sinasabi sa akin ng relatives ko na nagda-drive habang kasi they are also teaching me kung ano yung tamang gawin kapag nasa public ka na nagda-drive. Yung minuto lang yung pagkurap nga lang ng mata, hindi na natin masasabi. How much more kapag may ginagawa pa tayo. Even yung pagkain, di ba? Lalo na sa mga taong nagda-drive-thru. Kailangan we should be more responsible or we should be more careful and we should be more responsible for the consequences for the actions of our kailangan maging responsable tayo sa mga actions natin kasi we don't know what will happen. Kaya kailangan talaga na kung kaya mo namang ipagpaliban or kung talagang nagugutom ka na, better na stop over ka muna. Kesa naman yung ititake mo yung risk, makakain ka lang kasi we don't know. Tapos may mga iba nagchat-chat, nagtitext, please lang po, wag po natin gagawin yun. We should be more responsible, okay? Next, watch for kids. Children's and animals have a habit of suddenly popping out from between parked cars and into roadways. If you are driving in a residential neighborhood with kids present, watch carefully and slow down. Ayan po. At number 1 talaga na pinagbabawal yung paupuin yung mga bata sa harapan po. Kapag actually, kahit naman hindi natin kasama ang mga bata, 'di ba? Kailangan talaga careful tayo sa pagmamaneho. Pero dito, kapag wala naman tayong mga kasama, kapag nagda-drive tayo, ito yung mahirap. Kaya may mga batang nasasagasaan. Kaya better talaga sa lahat ng pagkakataon pag nagmamaneho po tayo, especially sa may mga sasakyan, ingat na lang po tayo. At saka, syempre, iwasan po natin yung magpatakbo ng super bilis kasi hindi natin alam. Lalo na yung mga bata lalo na yung mga bahay-bahay na nandun talaga mismo or malapit talaga sa mga national road or sa mga public highway, I should say. Diba, hindi natin alam na may mga batang biglang tatakbo. Kaya ang hirap. Tapos pagka nakasagasa ka, kasalanan mo pa. Kaya ito yung mga kailangan talaga nating ingatan. Perform, then the next one, perform engine maintenance regularly. Sorry po, medyo ko ha. Perform engine maintenance regularly. Avoid sudden stalls or other vehicle failure by changing the oil regularly and keeping tires properly inflated. Ito, yung mga sasakyan natin, double check natin lagi. Wag po tayong magdadrive or gagamit ng mga sasakyan without checking it. Kahit nga yung dinatawag nilang brake fluid, yung brake, yung what we call this one, yung tubig na nilalagay kasi pwede mag-cause ng mag-overheat siya, pwede siyang makapadistract while you are driving. Of course, yung gulong kasi may mga nangyayari din ganyan, especially sa mga truck. Grabe, sa sobrang overload kasi ng mga truck, na-flat yung gulong nila. Kaya nasa tao din talaga. But since we have the chance para pag-usapan ito, at least natututo tayo on how to avoid, no? Para maiwasan natin yung mga klase ng aksidente. Then, next is scan 12 seconds ahead. So, always concentrate on the area where you will be driving in 10 to 12 seconds. For highway driving class, we need to keep position far enough, okay, from another car or from other car. So, if someone were to suddenly stop or swerve, or biglang yung yung tinatawag nilang swerve kasi class dito yung biglang malihis, you could avoid them. 'Di ba? May mga sasakyan kasi nag-overtake. So ayun, at least safe tayo. Kasi kapag super close ka na sa sinusundan mo, ito na yung mga prone talaga sa accident. So nasa sa atin talaga. So kailangan iwasan po natin 'yun. Okay? At least layuan natin, if I'm not mistaken, 1 meter yung layo. Then next, so next is look backwards when backing out. So fenders, benders in parking lots are all too common. So look out for cars leaving parking spaces. Don't depend on mirrors alone. Physically look over your right shoulder while steering to elevate blind spots mirror can create. So, kailangan tinitignan din po natin siya kasi alam ko may mga nakaka-experience din na nagbe-base sila sa mga, alam nyo yung parang, anong tawag doon, yung alarm kung malapit ng pero nababangga pa rin na yung sasakyan. So, huwag tayong mag-depend po doon. Kahit naman sa mga mirrors po. Next, do not tailgate. Leave a 3-second cushion between you and the car in front of you and begin your journey early enough so you don't speed to make up time. As tempting as it may be when in a hurry, tailgating is a major cause of accident. Dito na po kasi yung yung tinatawag nilang ang lapit. Alam nyo yon, yung lapit-lapit nyo, kailangan maglagay ka din ng protection mo dito sa may harapan mo. Wala din namang, kahit yung pwedeng, kasi when we say cushion, dito na papasok yung protect from impact So, maganda rin na magkaroon din po tayo ng protection sa harapan natin, lalo na pagka-driver ka. Next, be courteous to another drivers. Ito na, isa din na nagkukos ng accident pagka super init ng ulo ng tao. So, no one owns the roads. Tandaan po natin yan. Kahit pa presidente, hindi po niya pagmamay-ari ang daan. So, treat others with respect and report any suspicious driving activity to authorities. Pero dito kasi sa Pilipinas, aminin natin talaga, sorry to say, pag alam kasi talaga nila na may kapit, sorry to say, but this is the reality. But since we're talking about on how to avoid, gawin na lang po natin. Kailangan maging kalmado while driving, lalo na sa Maynila, lalo na sa mga estudyante or mga nakikinig ngayon who are living in Manila. Alam ko mahirap talagang doon. Kaya kailangan talaga magkaroon ka ng kalmado, 'di ba? Kalmadong utak, kumbaga. Hindi dapat umiinit agad yung ulo mo lalo na pagdating sa traffic. So kailangan maging you should show your respect to the other drivers. Yun naman ang mahalaga. Pakalmahin lang natin. At gusto ko ding sabihin, class, wag naman sana tayong kukuha ng lisensya nang hindi sapat yung ating nalalaman. Kapag kukuha tayo ng lisensya, kailangan alam din natin yung mga rules and regulations pagdating sa daan kasi experience ko talaga, ito kinikwento ko na lang, para alam natin talaga na nangyayari talaga to. Alam niyo, pag nakakita talaga tayo ng mga sasakyan na paangat, give way tayo, hindi yung patigasan. Yun kasi ang na-realize ko nung experience ko nung nasa ibang bansa ko, pagka talaga, pedestrian lane nga, di ba? Pag pedestrian lane, give way sa mga tatawid, yung sa mga magko-cross. Dito, kahit na, nasa pedestrian lane na, ang bibilis pa rin magpatakbo. Kailangan wag po natin gawin yon para maiwasan po natin ang aksidente at maka-aksidente rin po. So, tips to prevent motorcycle accidents, slow down, alam nyo na po yan. Look behind you when you stop at the intersections. Never ride between active traffic and parked cars. Ayan, ha? Iwasan po ninyo yan. Never drink and drive. Isisingit ko na rin yung pagtitext, okay? Yung iba kahit naka-single lang, talaga makikita mo hahawak na. Please don't do that, class. Perform regular maintenance. Learn how to deal with common road hazards. Dapat alam natin, kailangan aware na tayo. Never share a lane with another car. Always watch for potential hazards. So, pedestrian safety tips. Cross streets at a corner using traffic signals. Where available and crosswalks, Always look left, right, and left again before crossing a street and keep watching as you cross. Be aware that drivers have differing levels of eyesight and skill in operating motor vehicles. Pedestrians should be especially careful at intersections where drivers may fail the yield the right of way to pedestrians while turning on other streets. Next, we have to make sure you are seen. Make eye contact with which drivers when crossing busy streets. Wear bright colors of reflective clothing if you are walking near traffic at night. Carry a flashlight when walking in the dark. Walk onto the sidewalk whenever possible. If sidewalks are not available, walk facing traffic into the edge of the road, as far from the travel lane as possible. Walk defensively and be ready for unexpected events. Know what's going on around you and don't allow your vision to be blocked by clothing, hats, or items that you are carrying. Ito pagdating na po sa pedestrian na, ito na yung mga safety tips natin, class. Next, we have to watch the pedestrian signals, not the traffic signals, and follow the walk. Don't walk lights, okay? Look for pedestrian push buttons for crossing protection at signalized intersections. Watch out for parked vehicles. Parking lots can be as dangerous as streets. Watch out for parked vehicles. Naulit ko. Parking lots can be as dangerous as streets. Avoid alcohol and drugs as they can impair your ability to walk safely. Dagi di manginginom po, ha. Huwag po natin gagawin to. When crossing, use all your senses. Hindi lang po mata. Kailangan pati pandinig. Kailangan din po talaga yan. Kahit nga pakiramdam. Nakakararamdaman mo may parating na sasakyan. Ayun po. Don't use your cell phone for calls and texting. Alam na po natin yan. Actually, binabasa ko pa rin siya. Knowing, alam ko na alam nyo na rin po ang ibig sabihin ng mga ito. Use particular caution when crossing driveways and alley entrances. Drivers may not expect you to be there or see you. So, bilang isang din po, as an individual, kahit hindi tayo nagda-drive when crossing the pedestrian, when crossing the road, kailangan aware din po tayo. Kaya gaya nga ng sinabi, this is just an overall, kailangan maingat din po tayo kasi hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon responsable yung mga nagmamaneho. Kailangan kahit tayo bilang isang individual na nasa public highways din, kailangan alam din po natin yung mga ginagawa natin. Adults should supervise children when crossing streets. Smaller children may be difficult for drivers to see and young children may not be able to judge whether it is safe to cross a street. Motorists need to vigilant of pedestrians, and pedestrians need to be vigilant of motorists. Although motorists have more responsibility under the law when operating a motor vehicle on city streets, pedestrians have more at stake. Next, the preventing incidents or accidents, in the home. So unfortunately, your home is the place where accidents are most likely to occur. Everyone should be aware of dangers, in the house so that accidents can be avoided. The purpose of this information sheet is to raise awareness of the type of accident that may occur in the home and what steps you can take to prevent them. So the purpose of this information sheet is to raise awareness of the type of accident that may occur in the home and what steps can take to prevent them. Fire safety, the electrical safety, heating and cooking, safety glass, safety with medicines and cleaners. So fires can start suddenly and spread quickly, damaging your home and furniture and putting lives in danger. They are caused in a variety of ways, but there are few simple hints you can follow to prevent them starting. The first one is we have to keep all fires and heaters well guarded, especially open fires. Don't dry or air clothes over or near the fire or cooker. Kahit nga yung mga basahan kapag sa mga gas stove natin, iwasan po natin maglagay ng mga basahan doon. Do not smoke in bed. Oy, oo naman. Sino ba matinong mag-i-smoke? Pero, kung mayroon man, lalo na sa mga lasing, kahit naman hindi lang sa wag po natin gagawin yan. Many fires start in the kitchen, especially fat fires. Never leave a pan unattended when deep fat frying and watch for overheating. For safer frying, use oven chips or thermostatically controlled deep fat fryer. If there are children around, keep matches and lighters well out of reach. Fit approved smoke detectors on each floor. Choose a smoke alarm that is mains operated or one with a long life, 10-year battery. Ito maganda rin magkaroon din talaga tayo ng mga alarm, no? Yung tinatawag nilang smoke alarm. Actually kami wala, pero okay din kapag meron din yung exhaust fan. Another option din naman yan. Then, plan your escape route. Remember, get out, stay out, and call the fire brigade out. Wag na wag po tayong magmamagaling. So, kailangan meron din po tayong areas kung saan po tayo pwedeng, alam nyo, lumabas po just in case na may mga po. Next, many accidents and fatalities involve electricity. It must be treated with respect. So here are some tips. Have your wiring installation checked at least once every 5 years by an approved contractor or straight away if you are buying an older property. So do not use appliances with worn or damaged flexes. Don't wire flexes together. Keep portable mains operated appliances out of the bathroom. Oo naman. Wag po natin gagawin tong mga tuklas and all. Syempre, i-check din po natin. Gaya nga ng sinabi, kapag kahit nga yung kapag bumibili tayo ng mga properties or property, kailangan double check po natin yung mga gamit nila doon, kahit even yung mga saksakan po. Have electric blankets service and check regularly. If an appliance appears faulty, stop using it and have it checked at once. Look for the ICC mark when you buy electrical equipment. So, alam po ninyo kung anong ICC, no? Para at least makita natin kung legit yung mga Actually, ito lang kasi yung I'll just give you an example of this. Tatanggalin ko na lang po siya kasi ito yung madaling This is an example of ICC po. This is the logo. I hope na nakikita nyo po siya. Kailangan meron po ito yung mga equipment na bibilhin po natin. Next, never overload an electric socket. Alam din po nun, lalo na't meron din po siyang voltage na tinatawag. Wag po tayong basta-basta nagsasaksak. Okay, baka kasi masisi na naman yung Diba sinasabi natin, dahil sa online class, may mga iba na babalitaan natin na because of the online class, may mga namamatay ng mga estudyante we don't know the real story behind those story. Baka kasi may mga iba ring mga rason. Baka dahil sa cellphone, dahil sinaksak, ginagamit while nakasaksak na ginagamit. So, yun, pwede siyang mag-cause ng So, huwag natin i-overload yung mga saksakan natin. Next, safety. The heating and cooking. Safety is especially important when cooking and using heating products. Of course, be aware of symptoms of CO or the carbon monoxide, poisoning such as drowsiness and flu-like symptoms. If you use a chimney or or bring one back into use, have it swept at least once a year or more frequently if you burn wood. Ito yung chimney class, madalas nakikita ito sa US, yung pausukan, kumbaga. Yung flue naman na tinatawag natin, ito yung tinatawag nilang chimney, yung pausukan. Ito yung flue, ito yung tinatawag din nilang tambucho, labasan ng mga usok. Next, never block any outside grills or rest anything against it. So, if a glass flame which normally burns blue, okay, yan po yung mga normal, burns orange, this may be a built of a carbon monoxide. Dapat alam din natin yung magkukos ng sunog. 'Di ba kahit nga sa gasol pag medyo pa-orange na siya, alam yung parang malakas, ito yung mga malalakas ang apoy. Have your appliances checked immediately. Check natin yung mga appliances natin, class. Hindi lang tayo dapat saksak lang ng saksak, gamit lang ng gamit. Check the pilot regularly on gas cookers and water heaters to make sure it has not gone out. Check natin yung mga pilot natin regularly, class. So, if you suspect a gas leak, of course, open the windows, turn off the supply, and call your gas supplier. Ito ginagawa talaga namin, tinatawag namin yung taga-deliver ng gasol, then siya po yung nag-check lalo na pag may mga sumisingaw. So, don't operate switches as a spark could ignite the gas. Always keep a special watch on young children, yan po, and elderly people when fires and heaters are in use. Please lang po, tignan din po natin yung mga bata, ha? Lalo na kapag malapit po sila sa mga kitchen, pwedeng alam natin na nandun yung mga hazard, kumbaga yung mga gasolina, gasol na pwedeng mag-cause po ng mga accident. So, the kitchen is where some of the most serious home accidents occur. First one, plan your storage areas carefully so that heavy items are not kept on high shelves. Syempre naman po, kung heavy items po yan, huwag po natin lalagay sa tuktok. It should be nasa baba po siya. And items in daily use are within easy reach. Kung ano yung mga madadaling kunin, yun ang ilagay natin sa taas. At syempre yung alam natin na alam niyo yon, yung kapag bumagsak man in case, hindi siya yung makakakos talaga ng injury. Then, take extra care with hot water, tea, coffee, or soup. Or soup. If there are young children around, they could get scalded. So, iwasan din po natin, ha, kapag may hawak tayong mga maiinit na bagay. Okay, next, keep knives sharp and in good condition and out of reach of children. Ito yung mga matutulis na bagay. Kumbaga ito yung mga kutsilyo. Please lang po, iwasan natin yan. Kahit nga yung mga nail cutter lang. Pag alam nating yung mga matutulis na bagay, ilagay po natin siya sa mga safe places na hindi po makikita ng mga bata. So, keep pan handles turned inward so that children cannot reach them and pull them over. Use a cordless kettle or one with a coiled lid so that children cannot pull on them. So, safety glass is specially made. There are two main types, laminated glass and tough glass. When it breaks, it breaks safely in a way unlikely to cause injury. If ordinary glass is in use, you can help reduce the risk. Make sure that people know that the glass is there and see that the area is well lit. Kailangan ilagay po natin siya sa mga safe places po. So next, never let children play near glass. They could easily crash through it and receive a serious injury. Ito, kahit nga lang yung mga bote class, alam nyo yung mga, what they call this one, yung mga soda glass, na kapag ka, ito na-experience ko din, nakakita ko ng bata na nilaro niya kasi yung bote, nung nabitawan niya, talaga natamaan yung buong mukha niya, kaya ayaw ko nakakita ng ganun. Next, safety with medicines and cleaners. Chemicals, preparations of any sort, whether in the form of medicines or household cleaners, should always be treated with caution. Considering having a proper lockable cabinet fitted in the kitchen for medicines and chemicals, where it is more likely to be supervised. Keep medicines in their original containers, clearly labeled. Yes po, kailangan alam din natin kasi minsan baka yung iniinom natin mali na po pala. Pwede rin po siyang mag-cause ng po, 'di ba? Sorry. Next, keep medicine. Do not take other people's medicine. Siyempre, or let them take yours. Dapat alam natin yung mga gamot na iniinom natin. Return leftovers medicines to the pharmacist for distractions. Don't hoard them. Ay, wag na po natin gagawin dahil mahirap pong magkaubusan ng At if there is something wrong about your medicine, better to po. Keep medicines, chemical, and cleaning products such as or bleach, tarbs, and caustic soda where children cannot see or reach them. Ito lagi natin iniisip. Kailangan lagi nating isipin yung mga bata class kasi hindi po nila alam kung ano yung mga pwede nilang mahawakan or makuha. Lalo na kapag yung mga medicine is mukha siya talagang candy, pwedeng ma-misinterpret ng mga bata at inumin nila iyon. So next, chemicals used in the garden, garage, or workshop need to be used and stored with great care. Store them in a safe place where children cannot see or reach them. Of course, lagi kanina ko pa binabanggit, ilagay po natin sila sa mga respective areas or sa mga dapat nilang kalagyan. Keep cosmetics, perfumes, and essential oils away from children. Diba? Kasi kahit even sa mga mata nila, pwedeng mag-cause din po yan ng So, store household cleaning products in a different place from food and medicine. Use household cleaning products according to level directions. Mixing household products can cause dangerous gases to form. So, what are the workplace safety tips? Know the hazard. Okay? Dapat alam natin yan. Reduce workplace stress. Get up and move. Pay attention to ergonomics. Use safe lifting techniques. Diba? Dapat alam natin yung mga yan. Ensure employees wear personal protective equipment. Then, we have to encourage employees to speak up. So, here are the tips to prevent cell phone thief. Keep your phone with you. Make your phone difficult to steal. Wag na, alam niyo naman, dati kasi nauso yung mga bag dito, nilalagay ng mga tao dito, di ba? Po sila yung mga prone manakawan kasi they are giving the people na may masamang balak na kumbaga mas natitrigger sila magkunin yung kailangan sa mga safety. At saka pag may nakabag man siya, kailangan yung mga cellphone natin kasi ang cellphone din ay for emergency purposes din. So, we have to be careful kung saan din natin siya ilalagay. Avoid using your phone in public. Please lang po. Ito yung kahit sa pagtatawid, sa pagdadrive, lagi nating sinasabi ito. Be observant din and aware of your surroundings. Kailangan aware din kayo. Kapag alam nyo na medyo hindi convincing yung places na yun na daanan, kailangan maging observant tayo at wag din kayong basta-basta maglalakad sa mga places. And you have to make sure na may nakikita din kayong mga tao na better na punta kayo sa mga places na medyo maraming tao. Pero kung alam yung surroundings ninyo, tas may mga taong kahina-hinala, is wag na po kayong tumuloy. So, back up your phone. Password, protect your phone. download and install tracking and an anti-theft application or thief applications. Write down the serial numbers of any mobile devices. Enter, ayan po. So, diyan na po nagtatapos ang ating presentation. Alam ko may mga slides siguro na medyo nabilisan natin class. But still, and I'm hoping na kahit papano, nakapagbigay po ako ng mga informations and ideas on how to prevent the accidents. At the same time, kung ano yung mga tips para ma-avoid po natin mga accident on how to become more responsible individual or person. So, that's all for today, class. Thank you for listening and watching. And God bless po. Keep safe, everyone. Goodbye po.